To our very first story, the Tsar and an Accra Circuit Court is ruling on the Sodomy case involving former senior medical doctor at the Ifiankwanta Hospital in Takoradi, Dr.Sulley Ali Gabass, and a 16-year-old SHS student. Dr. Gabass, who has been on remand since November 2014, has been in and out of court. Dr. Ali Gabass was arrested in 2014 following revelations by investigative reporter Manasseh Azure Awene. Now here's a news desk report about the trial filed by Emmanuel Lante.
Dr.Sulley Ali Gabass, who is facing 2 counts of defiling a child under 16 years and having unnatural carnal knowledge, of which he has pleaded not guilty to, was first arrested on October 22, 2014. He had earlier admitted on tape and apologized profusely for his actions and called it a mistake, but quickly changed his stance when he was formally charged with the offense. Lawyers of the medical officer then filed a submission of no case to answer on the 2 counts of defiling a child under 16 years and having unnatural carnal knowledge. They also filed for bail, which was rejected by the court because the prosecution reminded the court of the fact that the offense for which the accused had been thrown before the court was non-bailable. The defense continued with their submission of no case, but as reported by one of Joy News' correspondent at the courts, Joseph Opoku-Gakpo, the case was thrown out.
Lawyers for Dr. Gabass had actually filed a submission of no case, indicating that all the case that the prosecution has built till date has no merit and so should actually be dismissed and the case halted. But they base that on 3 specific claims. They claim that the 2 counts that has actually been brought against him, the charges are contradictory. They also claim that some of the witnesses had contradicted themselves. And then the final point, they claim that the prosecution had not provided enough evidence to back their claims that he was engaged in the acts that he's been accused of. And so the prosecution actually objected that, and the judge today agreed with the prosecution. In the view of the judge, the defense had not done enough work in discrediting the evidence that the police has brought before her, and so she's unable to dismiss the case.
There were scuffles between the family of Dr. Gabass and the media at the court premises whenever Dr. Gabass appeared at the court, because they believed in his innocence and were optimistic he will be acquitted and discharged.
We are
fasting, we have faith. God will deliver the judgment. If we had our own way, we'll take him home today. Even the judge needs God's wisdom to rule on this matter. We pray that God will let the judgment go in his favor.
The accused person has pleaded not guilty and remains innocent until proven guilty. Counsel for Dr. Ali Gabass is however unhappy about the media reports on his client.
Since this matter started, there has been a number of innuendos in the news that my client, Dr. Ali Gabass, has transmitted HIV to the alleged victim. This is outside what the court is doing. But it is the damage that is being done to the reputation of my client. That is my concern. My client, I can repeat and state clearly that he has no HIV. Indeed, we have documents to indicate that as of today, my client is still HIV negative. So I'm only asking the media to be very careful when you are reporting something that has the chance of damaging the reputation of my client and damaging his professional career. Whatever be the outcome of the case, he will one day have to go back and practice his profession. And before he even comes back to practice his profession, the media has created the impression that he is an HIV positive thing. Now,
Dr. Ali Gabass has been accused of sodomizing a 16-year-old boy whose anal region had to be operated upon to save his life. The victim claimed the doctor forcibly had sex with him on 5 different occasions, but Dr. Ali Gabass said it was only once, and even that was a mistake. The two met on social media a couple of years ago. For now, the media, family of both victim and accused, as well as the parties, wait for the outcome on Monday.
Well, like I said, the judgment is currently being delivered, and as and when we do have the very latest, we will bring that to you. But moving on now, malfunctioning access control system at the Job 600 complex built to serve as offices for members of parliament is hindering the use of the edifice.
The project, started in 1965 by Ghana's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, cost $63 million and has since undergone various modifications. Joy News has learned issues relating to access controls to the building and computers to the 230 offices remain unresolved. Deputy Ranking Member on the Works and Housing Committee, Justice Joe Appiah, is unhappy the House Committee, chaired by the Majority Leader, has done very little in fixing the challenge. He tells Joy News Parliament must put pressure on the contractors to resolve the access systems immediately.
The House Committee is mandated to take care of the offices of the MPs, the welfare of MPs. And the House Committee is dominating the floor of the House. We have to be very serious. The House Committee has a very big responsibility in terms of welfare for members of Parliament. So if these committees are dormant and we don't work, it means government business cannot also not go on. And members of Parliament will still transact business in their car boots. This is what we are talking about. In this modern age, members of Parliament transact business in their car boots. This is a very wonderful edifice, and we are very, very grateful. Now, this project was supposed to be completed last year. We couldn't move in. This year, we have not moved in. We're told May it will be completed. May, we haven't got it. June is gone. Now we are in July. So can we be repeating, always talking about it, the floor of the House always? So I drew the attention of the leadership of this House, including Mr. Speaker, to address this issue, that the House Committee is mandated to take care of all these things. And I learned there is a caucus meeting, a joint caucus meeting on Wednesday. So I think after Wednesday, we'll be able to address all these issues. That those offenses at the second floor and the third floor, theirs are almost completed. It's left with the computers and the access control system. That is all.
Meanwhile, the committee will on Wednesday meet to discuss outstanding issues relating to the occupation of the Job 600 building. It is unlikely all 275 members will move into the office before Parliament rises this month.
13 people have so far died in a gun battle at Spindler since Thursday. Now, the unfortunate incident has also left scores injured. Now, following the violence, a curfew has been placed in the area to ensure peace. Now, for the latest on the security situation and how the injured are faring, let's get onto the phone lines now and speak to our regional correspondent, Mohammed Hashmin, with more on this. So, Hashmin, what's the current situation at Spindler?
Well, what I do know is that the death toll has risen to 13. That is the situation at the moment. And as of last week, three of the injured who were in critical condition were transferred to the Tamale Teaching Hospital. Now, I can report that I visited the Tamale Teaching Hospital, and then 2 out of the 3 have been discharged from the hospital. The remaining person, who is a 46-year-old pregnant woman, she's responding to treatment, and that is the situation at the moment.
I see. So what you tell me now is that 2 out of the 3 persons who were currently at the hospital have been discharged?
Yes, these 3 were people who were in critical condition, and then they were transferred to the Tamale Teaching Hospital for further medical attention.
Okay. Do we still have security men on the ground, talking of the police and the military?
Yes, the security are still on the ground. They are still enforcing the law in Spindler Township. As you are aware, there's a curfew in place, and they will still need to be there to enforce the curfew there.
Hashmin, talk to me about the curfew hours and the compliance so far.
Well, some of the residents are saying that the curfew hours is affecting them, especially when it is a Ramadan period. And others are also saying that, yes, even though it is affecting us economically, it is also important to maintain peace there because peppers are still very high, and it is the only measure that can put in place to be able to contain the situation, because this is a violent incident in which we have lost about 13 lives, and you can imagine the magnitude of the issue.
I see. All right. Thank you very much, Hashmi. We'll be coming back to you pretty shortly for some more on this. Now, let me get onto the phone lines once more and speak to the Northern Regional Police PRO, ASP Ebenezer Tete, who now joins us over the telephone line. ASP Tete, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
So we wanted to gauge the mood, the feel of security in the northern region, particularly in Bimbilla, as of this morning. Per your own observation, what was the state?
As we speak now, the place is very calm and very quiet. And, over the last 24 hours, I've been in constant touch with the district police commander and then the heads of the other units who are in Bimbilla helping to maintain law and order there and to ensure that the curfew is enforced. And the reports I'm getting from the ground is that everything is calm.
We're told of some gunshots heard early Friday morning. The police told us that, well, you were conducting some investigations to find out who exactly fired those shots and what might have possibly happened afterwards. Is there any update on that as well?
Yeah, it was through some gunshots were heard early Friday morning, but shortly after the arrival of the anti-terrorism unit, the gunshots that we heard from some direction ceased, and it has been so since then. Since the anti-terrorism unit arrived and the reinforcement that we sent there, no such, gunshots have been heard from any part of the township. And with the curfew in place and with the security in charge, if there's any gunshot from any part of the township, the security will be placed quickly and get those who are firing those gunshots and the exact place where the gunshots are being heard from, because now the environment is conducive for the police to do patrols and they are covered everywhere. So if there's any problem, we'll be able to trace it to where it is coming from.
Many thanks for your time, ASP Ebenezer Tete, and that was a Northern Regional Police PRO Assistant Superintendent of Police Ebenezer Tete with that update. Now, hundreds of residents in the Tripone and the Sanerigu districts of the northern region have been displaced following a heavy downpour in the community last night. Now, here is Hashmin Mohammed's report. Okay, well, I think we can rather speak to Hashmin, who is over the telephone lines. He's joined us now. So, Hashmin, can you tell us the extent of damage so far?
Well, the extent of damage here is very huge, because a lot of the residents have had their properties submerged in the water last night. I have been to the community, and then I can report for now that a lot of the displaced persons are trying to salvage what remains out of the torrential rain that wreaked havoc to their properties last night. They've had their properties such as television sets, refrigerators, their clothing, all destroyed in the torrential rain.
Are we aware, or can we tell whether there were any persons who might have died or drowned in this downpour?
Well, that has not been recorded in the incident.
Talk to us about relief, the relief situation this morning. Has there been any relief to these persons who obviously now do not have a place to lay their heads?
Officials of the National Disaster Management Organization are yet to visit them since last night when the incident happened. So for now, they are trying their very own way to be able to put themselves back into life. But NADO is yet to visit them.
So how exactly are they putting up, you say?
Hello?
Yes, I wanted to know how exactly they are putting up. If the flooding was that bad and their structures have been demolished, and have been submerged in the rains, how are they putting up? How did they spend the night last night?
many of these displaced persons are currently seeking shelter in nearby communities and then with their families and then friends. That is just the benefit of the extended system that exists here in the north. So for now, they are seeking shelter in nearby communities and then with friends and family members.
Hasmin, thank you very much for your time on News Desk, and we can now get in touch with our Volta regional correspondent Ivy Setoji, who also reports of a similar incident in Keta where many have lost their homes and property to rains there over the weekend. So I'll speak to Ivy Setoji, who joins us over the phone now. Ivy, how are victims coping?
Well, they are fine. Some of them are living with their families. But let me quickly add that the situation, the rain did not really affect Keta or Keta municipality that much as perceived, but rather in Akati South in a village called Agodri, where the place is flooded every year anytime there is rain. So the town is cut from the main town, that's the Akachi town itself, because of the flood. And so pupils in that area normally don't go to school when it happens. But when I spoke to the DCE earlier on, he said they are arranging for canoes for these people so that they can be using for the main time. But for now, the situation is under control. Everyone is okay. But for now, nothing has been done about it yet. They are saying they are trying their best to get relief items to these people. But for now, they've not received anything. But the displaced people are doing well. Some are with their families. Some have gone back to their homes, which they say is better now. But they hope that there are some other authorities does something about it very quickly.
Thank you very much, Ivy Setoji, for that update. That's Volta regional correspondent Ivy Setoji, bringing us much more on that flooding in the Akachi South District. Now, the Union of Industry, Commerce and Finance, UNICOF, has acquired an interim injunction to stop the sale of the Agricultural Development Bank on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Now, Joy News has learned the injunction, which was granted by an Accra High Court Judge Justice Giftie J. Ado, will be served to the defendants, ADB, this morning, that's Monday, July 13, for a period of 10 days. UNICOF disapproves with how management of ADB acquired an IPO to allow the bank on the stock exchange. The association says the bank did not follow the right processes. Head of UNICOF, John Esiape, says the body will make an official comment when the management of the bank is served. We'll be bringing you much more on this particular one in subsequent broadcasts. Well, but before we do that, we can take a listen to their lawyer.
What it means is that upon the service of the order of interim injunction on the bank is supposed to immediately stop forthwith the sale of the shares of the Ghana Stock Exchange.
The process has been ongoing. Will this injunction really stop that action from going forward?
This is an order of the courts, and every law-abiding institution, such as ADB, will have to abide by the court order. So it doesn't matter whether they have started, where they have reached, and whether they are concluding. At this moment, all those processes ought to stop.
So if the processes stop, what happens?
The court will now go into the matter and determine whether or not the basis upon which the union filed a writ at the High Court are just, whether its relief can be granted by the court. This order is an interim order. It's an order made to last for 10 days.
After 10 days, what happens?
After 10 days, the union must now bring another application before the court to justify why the court must extend the order pending the final determination of the court.
Well, we're taking a break here on News Desk. Return shortly with some more. Don't go away.